You know what? You listen to me. Let me hear what I'm saying, okay? You get your shot. You had your shot right there. In the situation. You know the situation, Johnny. Doesn't that make it worse? Terry, that makes it fucking worse.
Hirsh is on it right now.
This one here to center field, but Siri should have room on the warning track.
I love it.
It's out of here. Marquientos with the carry. Two-run homer to tie the game. Second major league home run. He hits one in his first big league game of the season. And he drives one deep left field. That goes Riley. That ball's out of here. And the game is tied. Off the facing of the second deck, Francisco Alvarez brings the Mets back from the brink with a three-run homer in the bottom of the ninth to tie the game at 5. The rookies have stepped foot and center. Alonso drives one deep left field. Really going by. It's out of here.
What's up, everyone? This is Amazing Met Zone presents Friends of Flushing. And tonight we have a special guest here with us. He's going to co-host with us as well. We have Hirsh Dustin.
Hey, what up, people? What's up?
Along with Amazing Camren. And shout out to my boy Drodo, Drew Minotti 82, and Phil from Shirley. And let's shout out Mets Hype as well. Tonight we also have another special co-host, Maria Isabel, very talented. If you're not following her, please follow her now. Her work is amazing. She's very talented, like I said before. Her interviews and her stuff is really well. Maria Isabel, she's in the group.
Hello. She's been everywhere. I mean, she's done like all New York City sports. One of the things I was looking up, she recently became a Met for a day, so she got to go into the Mets dugout and you got to go in the bullpen phone, stuff like that. You know, stuff that we've all dreamt about. So this is a very exciting day for all of us.
Yes. We also have an exciting interview with a special player as well. And Hirsh, would you like to introduce him?
Yeah, so we have a very special guest. He is a right-handed pitcher from the St. Lucie Mets. Douglas let me try and pronounce his name correctly. Orellana. 21 years old, just completed his first full season with the St. Lucie Mets. He's been with the team for a couple of years, and he's been putting up some good numbers.
Yes.
Over 100 strikeouts, over 70 innings pitched.
Very impressive.
So, yeah, he's only 21 years old, so this guy could be a big asset in the future.
Yes, I'm excited to hear what he has to say. And like I was saying before, our special co-host this evening is Maria Isabel. Maria, if you can request to join. She will be doing the translation for us. For those who know me, I understand Spanish very well, and I speak it to a certain degree, but I'm not too fluent with it. So she will be helping us out in conducting this interview this evening, and I'm very thankful to her and for doing this with us. And hopefully this could be a start of a cool relationship between Amazing Met Zone and herself, and maybe some future projects.
Yeah, we know that this is a big day for us. We've been looking forward to this day for a while.
Yes.
And I know the last few minutes have been pretty hectic as far as getting us set up and everything, but we're here, we're ready to go, and we're ready to do a great show. Yeah,
so Maria, if you're there and would like to join us, please tap in. I've seen you in
Maria very shortly.
Did you accept the request? Or Joe, can someone please accept the request?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hi guys.
Hi,
Hey!
Finally, we made this happen. Thank
Yes,
you so much.
we had some hiccups along the way, and we're here now. So for those of you that don't know, we had another player that was scheduled to be on the show this evening, but due to certain circumstances, he could not make the interview tonight. So we followed up, and we have another special guest. And Maria is here with us tonight, and we thank you very much.
I'm going to correct you there. You have to say Maria Isabel.
Maria Isabel.
Yes.
There you go. All right. I got it. So before we start the interview, How about we talk about you for a little bit and let the people know your social media, where they can find you, and some of the stuff that you've done.
Yeah, my name is Maria Isabel. I am originally from Colombia. I came to New York when I was 12. And then I went to school for journalism. And while I was in school, I decided that I wanted to be a sports journalist. And I graduated when the pandemic started. So, the jobs were like not very, you know, there were not many jobs in my career, but I was very determined to be a sports journalist. So I opened my own bilingual sports publication called MI Sports. And I started covering sports first, MLS, then New York Red Bulls, then NYCFC. Then I started broadening my knowledge, and I did American NFL videos in both languages. Then I started going to the Mets games. And then, it just took over there. I last season I covered the New York Knicks, and yeah, it will be very nice if everyone that is right now watching go and follow me on my social media. It's M Maria Isabel. So
Well, congratulations on graduating. I'm
thank
sure
you.
your family's very proud, and we're all thankful that you didn't give up and you kept going, even though the pandemic shut down a lot of sports. So it's cool to see that you continue to go and to see where you've come this far now. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
That's like the true sentiment of like the American dream. You coming from one country to make it here in America, and especially New York. Because New York is very notorious. It is very difficult, and especially in the sports world. And you've done so well for yourself. I've seen your content, and it's incredible. And it's incredible to see how people of many different cultures and creeds can all come together for this one thing called sports, and we can all unite as one. So that's what I really love about this state the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for joining us again. We appreciate it. We really needed your help on this one, and you came through with the clutch.
Yes. That's why I'm here, because like I know sometimes the language barrier for players, for fans, for it's limited, and I'm glad that I am able to use both of my languages to, spread the love for sports.
Awesome. We're thankful. We're thankful. Very, very thankful. So, guys, you want to ask Maria Isabel anything in particular or specific?
Yeah. So like really like when you first got your first professional gig, of course, how did it all come about? Where was your first professional gig?
Well, so in 2019, right before the pandemic, I was already like interning for Double G Sports. It's a publication in New Jersey. And that was like 2019 was like the first year of everything. So it was the first year I got into a locker room, and I was still a student, but I was already like covering for a publication. But I'm glad I had that opportunity, because obviously for me going to the locker room, like it was like very exciting, and like, you had to control a lot of your emotions, but then I had to, read a lot, and as a woman, how you have to act or whatever. It was also very different because in 2019, I already knew the power of social media. So I will be in the press box, like recording from my phone. And I remember like the other colleagues looking at me like, who is this chick doing things from your, like they didn't see it, they didn't see the effect back then. But yeah, it was there. It was with the New York Red Bulls. It was the first professional team that I covered.
Yeah, now everybody films from their phones.
Yeah.
Yes. No, after pandemic, funny thing is that when I went back to the press box of the New York Red Bulls, like few people were like, "Oh, where did you get your tripod? Where is your microphone from? Your light, everything." But I'm very also grateful from my school. I graduated from Brooklyn College,
Okay.
CUNY,
Great school.
and they taught us social media. So I actually had a class where we took social media, and they taught us how to create a journalist story for social media. And they also made us do everything on our own. So we had our own cameras, and we had to film our own content. So I think from that is that I learned how to like do my own thing. And yeah, that's where
Yeah.
everything started.
Yeah, it's very special. I mean, I come from a traditional broadcasting realm, so I'm very familiar with how traditional media like television, radio, print, and everything is done. But what a lot of people don't realize is how powerful social media in the sports world has become. And there are a lot of people out there looking for people specifically to do Instagram and TikTok stuff. Because sure, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube are one thing, but Instagram and TikTok are completely different entities.
Yeah, it's a different world.
So you gotta, get the people's attention. And what you've done, especially for not only the bilingual community, but of course the Hispanic community, and of course the people who do speak English, and of course see the subtitles and everything. It brings everyone together. And
Yes.
it's just something
It's a universal enjoyment of
yes,
sports.
it really is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a great.
It's like a lot of work, but it's also like who I am. I am Maria Isabel, and I speak Spanish and I speak English, and I have friends who speak only English. I have friends who only speak Spanish, and that's why I didn't want to just target just one audience. And that's who we are as New Yorkers, right? We're like a different, we are from everywhere.
It's the melting pot.
It really is. Because there's players from all over the place. We got
Yes.
Dominican, Venezuela, Colombia, Cuba,
Puerto Rico.
Mexico. Yeah,
Everywhere. Every place you can think of, we have players from. So it's a great thing. And it's China. That's right. Yeah, a lot of places, right?
Yeah.
That's why we respect and we appreciate everyone. Italy, yep, everywhere
around the world, just to at least get a shot.
All right, so I'll have one question, and it would be, who is your favorite baseball team?
Who is my baseball team?
Favorite baseball team?
The Mets.
Ah.
And you know what? Like, okay, I have the Mets. I have my jersey, and I even personalize it with MI Sports.
Yeah, I mean, also we've seen your stuff from Citi Field. How special is it going to Citi Field? And especially you went last year on the anniversary of September 11th with the Mets and the Yankees. How special was it going to a game like that where everybody was just one person, one America, one everything? Really, how special was that game?
It was amazing. I think that game was the game that I was like, I love baseball. And until now, I go to a lot of sporting events, and they're like very high energy, and every sporting event is different, and it's like different energy, and I love all of them. But I feel like baseball is just, I just can sit there and enjoy and like not worry about things, eat, and like just enjoy the game without like, it's just fun. And that 9/11 game changed my life and the life of my family, because I went that day with my mom and my nephew, and it was such a nice event. Powerful because of what it meant, what it means, 9/11. But also, like, after that, we were like, we're going to every Subway Series, at least one Subway Series every year. And now we're making it like a tradition to make it to one Subway Series every year with my family.
Yes, definitely. We went to the Subway Series as well. It was great.
I actually got Nemo's walk-off. So.
Yeah, I say he got Nemo's walk-off for it. What I do suggest that you should do is try to make it down to spring training in Port St. Lucie. That'll be a good stuff to cover over there.
Yeah, that way it's
I'll
everybody.
Yeah. So Maria Isabel, you will be conducting the interview with us with Douglas. You will help translate for us. Is there any way we can get Douglas on the line? Douglas, if you're out there, can you send a request? Or can we somehow send Douglas a request so he can join us on this live?
You just got to press the little. Oh, I see it. Hang on.
Let's see. This is exciting.
Yeah, this is exciting. We've had a lot of interviews here so far, with Mets personalities and stuff of fans and people who make Mets memorabilia.
I sent
and
an
things
invite.
like that. What's that?
We sent an invite to.
Okay, cool. So we sent the invite. We're just waiting for him to respond.
What's up, guys?
Oh,
Hey, hero.
Hola,
What's up?
Douglas, ¿cómo estás?
Un placer.
Tú tranquilo que yo te traduzco toda la perfección.
Sí, porfa.
I'm telling him to not worry that I'm gonna translate everything for him.
Okay. Bienvenidos.
Thank you. Thank you for invitation.
Thank you for joining us.
Don't worry.
All right. We really appreciate you taking the time out to be with us this evening. And Maria Isabel también. Like I said before, I do understand Spanish and I speak a decent amount, but we have her here because I get mixed up with some words from time to time, so we'll be good here. And thank you both
let me translate to him. I'm gonna translate.
Thank you for joining us.
Douglas, ¿tú entiendes inglés o no?
No.
Bueno, te voy a traducir. Que él está diciendo que él entiende un poco de español, pero que a veces se confunde y para eso estoy yo, para que no haya ninguna confusión.
Está bien.
Y bueno, que bienvenido y gracias por estar acá.
Your Spanish, my English.
Okay, guys, so I just want to say something. Remember to talk and stop a little bit so I can translate for him.
Of course.
Yeah. So Douglas, cuando hables, acuérdate que yo te voy a traducir, entonces hablas como cortijo para que yo tenga tiempo de traducirles.
Dale, sí, perfecto.
Listo.
All right,
Okay, guys.
of course.
Okay, so we have a couple questions that the people have been writing to us to ask you.
Tenemos unas preguntas que la gente ha mandado para preguntarte.
Okay.
And first question is, who was your idol growing up?
La primera pregunta es, ¿quién fue tu ídolo cuando crecías?
Todavía lo es, Justin Verlander.
Que, it still is Justin what's his last name?
Justin Verlander.
Justin Verlander.
Verlander. Woo! Okay.
Man, is he young?
All right.
Hall of Famer.
Wow. Okay. And why is it Justin Verlander?
¿Y por qué es Justin?
Porque desde que yo lo veo, he visto que siempre es constante con su trabajo y a pesar de su edad, siempre se ha mantenido.
Because I have seen that he's very consistent with his work, and even though he's old, he's still very good.
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, this guy has done so well. I mean, not only for us, but of course when we went back to Houston.
Okay, just want to say he didn't say because he's old. He said because of his age.
Because of his age.
So,
Yes.
it sounds better.
But no, I mean, Verlander was a great person in the clubhouse, great person, great teammate. Yeah, so yeah, great choice.
Yeah, amazing.
Él es una buena opción, has escogido, porque él es muy bueno en todo lo que él hace.
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess this is probably going to be pretty much the same answer. And the question was, which player do you model your game after, the way you play?
Tal vez esta va a ser la misma respuesta, pero la pregunta es, ¿a quién como imitas un poco en tu juego?
Es buena pregunta porque siempre trato de sacar un poquito de cada jugador, de cada pitcher para parecerme como ser un pitcher único. La saco de todo el mundo y ahí voy.
He's saying that that's a great question because what he does is he takes the best of each good pitcher so he can be his own, that he can be the best of all of them.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
That's something that players should do, and that's admiring that you do that.
Yeah, because we've seen many people emulate different players, but it's great to have your own style. That way you can confuse the players while on the mound and get those strikeouts.
Que es una buena respuesta porque eso es lo que un buen jugador hace, es coger lo mejor de cada
Claro.
uno y hacerlo único. Y también dijeron que, bueno, que eso también es bueno porque confundes a tu rival, ¿no? No sabes qué jugada le vas a hacer.
Claro.
Now, you've played in the minors for a couple of years now. In all of your days on the mound, who was like the toughest player that you've had to face?
Douglas, has jugado como mucho tiempo por la liga menor. ¿Cuál ha sido el rival más duro que has tenido que enfrentar?
Creo que fue contra Cincinnati.
I think
Que
it was against Cincinnati.
la primera vez me costó mucho dominarlo, pero luego como que me empecé a estudiar el equipo y pude lograr lanzar un juego bien.
The first time that I played against Cincinnati, it was hard, but then I started studying the team and, it became easier. Did you ask about the team or you want to know also the player?
Player, like which player was the toughest that he faced?
Ellos quieren saber también cuál ha sido el jugador más duro que has tenido que enfrentar.
Perro, me pusieron a pensar.
Let me think.
Creo que cada quien tiene su fortaleza y
¿No tienes ninguno en la mente? ¿Uno?
no, es que no he tenido así uno como que yo diga, ese me ha sacado las canas.
He said that each player has its strength, and so I asked him, but you don't have someone in mind? And he's saying, well, I cannot think of someone that really has been very, very tough against me. So, I mean,
That's fair.
but he's just so good. Douglas, eres muy bueno,
right?
entonces.
Camren, Amazing Camren has a question.
Have you versed Ellie De La Cruz yet?
Wait, can you repeat that, please?
Have you ever faced Ellie De La Cruz?
¿Alguna vez te has enfrentado a Ellie Cruz?
Ellie De La Cruz.
No.
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 Okay.
Quisiera para ver cómo es eso.
He said, I will want to see how it goes.
Well, we believe you will get that opportunity. You're a great pitcher.
Creemos que tú vas a tener esa oportunidad porque eres un gran pitcher.
Thank you.
All right. So another question that we have is, like, what is your routine? What is your process? What is your grind like to get yourself in game ready shape and your mental state?
Otra pregunta que nos interesaría saber. ¿Entendiste cuál es tu rutina? ¿Cómo te preparas para el partido? ¿Qué haces antes del partido?
Bueno, siempre en cada partido empiezo desde la noche planeando qué es lo que quiero hacer para ese juego. Si quieres traduce ahí.
Everything starts the night before, and I start thinking, what do I want to get out of this game?
Cuando llego al estadio, me concentro bien de lo que voy a hacer, cómo me siento, cómo está mi ánimo, cómo está mi mente. Si veo que algo está fallando, busco la manera de encontrarme con ello.
And once I arrive to the stadium, I concentrate myself. I check out my feelings, how I'm feeling, how is everything, and I see that if something is off, I try to fix it.
Luego, una hora antes del juego, empiezo a estrecharme, ya concentrándome en lo que viene, y luego cuando salga el juego a dar lo mejor de mí.
And then 1 hour before the game, I start stretching myself, preparing for the game, like focus. And then once the game starts, it's over.
Okay. Camren has one more question for us. What's the question?
What's your favorite pregame meal?
¿Cuál es tu comida favorita antes de un partido?
Si supieras que antes no me gustaba comer tan pesado antes de un juego porque me sentía como full y no me sentía como demasiado cómodo, sentía que tenía menos flexibilidad.
Um, no, I don't like. I used to not like to eat like a big meal because I used to feel heavy and I used to feel like I couldn't perform well.
Siempre trato de comerme unas proteínas, algo normal que me alimente, pero no algo que me vaya a sentir demasiado pesado.
¿Tienes algún ejemplo de proteína?
Un pedazo de carne con una ensalada.
So I try to eat like a meal, a protein, like a salad and steak, something that keeps me going.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. All right. Want to ask anything, Hirsch?
I mean, really, when you first signed with the Mets, what was going on in your head, thinking that, hey, I'm gonna play for the New York Mets? Like, what was that like?
¿Qué se te vino a la mente cuando empezaste a jugar para los New York Mets?
Lo primero que dije fue, cumplí uno de mis primeros sueños, me sentía muy feliz y decía que yo podía cumplir récord, porque siempre me ha gustado cumplir récord, romper récord, mejor dicho.
The first thing was that one of my dreams came true, and then after that I was thinking, I can keep breaking records. I can keep breaking records.
¿Qué pasa? Cuando llegué a este nivel, yo vi las cosas como más difícil y yo dije, bueno.
Okay, so when he was, when he started the New York Mets, when they told him, okay, you can come to play, he was like, oh my God, I can do anything. But once he started playing for the New York Mets, he's like, oh my God, this thing it's more difficult than what I thought.
Sí, es completamente diferente a lo que uno piensa y uno se empieza a ver la manera de hacer ajustes y eso es lo que he hecho todo este tiempo.
So, it's more difficult than what you think, but then you start, adjusting yourself so you can become better and better.
Okay, go ahead. Ask.
Who was your favorite team growing up?
Team?
Yeah, who was his favorite team growing
¿Cuál
up?
era tu equipo favorito cuando estabas creciendo?
Siempre vi creciendo a Houston porque vi que como que era una familia, siempre me gustó como que la armonía de ese equipo.
I always liked Houston because I saw them as a family. I like the environment that they had between each other.
Okay.
Another great question that's coming, with the World Baseball Classic coming up again in a few years, do you think you would want to play for Team Venezuela?
¿Tú crees que te gustaría jugar para el equipo de Venezuela?
Completamente, sí. Pues estaría contento si estuviera pichando ahí.
That would be amazing if I can pitch there.
Of course.
Yes. Yeah, we believe you will make it there.
Creemos que lo vas a lograr.
Thank you.
Another question that we have here, Dro and T, if there's any other questions in the chat that people are asking us to ask them, let us know. If there's anyone trying to tap in, we can't see, so if anybody could check that as well. Another question is, if there's any hitter you could pitch against that you would want to pitch against, who would it be?
Si hay algún bateador que te gustaría batear en contra, ¿cuál sería ese bateador?
Siempre me ha gustado, como dije ahorita, los retos, pues, y me gustaría esos bateadores que ahorita están haciendo muchos números en Grandes Ligas. Me gustaría enfrentarme a la mayoría para yo mismo hacerme un reto a dominarlo.
As I said before, I like challenges, so I would like to pitch against all those hitters in the big leagues that are doing great numbers, to all of them, so I can, I can be better myself.
Yeah. Julio Rodriguez, watch out.
Yeah, for real. Okay, another question we have is, how do you feel about the pitch clock?
Ok, otra pregunta que tenemos es cómo te sientes sobre el reloj del pitch que empezó esta temporada.
Bueno, gracias a Dios todavía no me ha encantado ni un strike ni una bola a eso, pero siento que sí lleva el juego un poquito más rápido y ya cuando tú tienes tu rutina, te tienes que cambiarla porque te va a ganar el tiempo y no vas a poder.
Up to now, the pitch clock hasn't been against me, but yes, I can see how it makes the game faster. So if you had a plan, then you have to, adjust it really fast. Otherwise, you're gonna run out of time.
Quiero echar un cuento, una historia que me pasó.
I want to tell
Yo
a story that happened.
Sure, yeah. Feel free.
tenía que pichar un pitcher que estaba lesionado y entonces yo iba detrás de él, pero yo venía de bullpen entonces. Entonces con la broma del tiempo, con el reloj, ahí me tocó ir demasiado apurado y no encontraba la zona. Sin querer, yo le di un bolazo al catcher y gracias a ese bolazo fue que me dieron un tiempo. Si quieres traduce, me había olvidado.
Okay, let me try. So you had to, tú tenías que reemplazar a un pitcher?
Sí, sí.
Okay, so he had to, like a pitcher got injured, so he had to step up for him, but the clock was running out of time. So cuando tú lo reemplazaste, el reloj estaba como corriendo, ¿verdad?
Sí, estaba muy rápido. Yo me
Y
sentía
entonces,
muy acelerado.
¿y qué pasó?
Bueno, el juego se me perdió, se me fue de control y gracias a ese pelotazo que yo le di al catcher, hubo un tiempo en el juego y fue cuando yo pude respirar,
Okay.
concentrarme y
¿Le
ahí
diste
fue que
el
ya.
pelotazo a quién? ¿Le pegaste a un jugador?
Al catcher,
Oh,
sí.
okay, at catch. Okay. I got this story together. Let me translate now. Okay, so he had to, step up for this pitcher, so he wasn't prepared, so he wasn't in the zone, and once he pitched, he hit the catcher, so they had to stop the game. And once that happened, he was able to breathe and put his head on the game, but he felt like the clock there was the one who made him make that mistake, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Kind
Gotcha.
of. Yeah, maybe.
No, we get we understand. What do you want to ask?
It's hard the time.
There was a question in the chat there saying,
Yeah, the question was, who was another pitcher you would want to work alongside with when you get to the Mets, the big leagues?
Que otra pregunta que hicieron aquí en el chat fue, ¿con quién te gustaría jugar o con otro pitch cuando llegues a las grandes ligas de los New York Mets?
Siento que con los New York me siento cómodo, siento que puedo tener la oportunidad de hacer mi sueño realidad, que es debutar en las grandes ligas. Me siento cómodo aquí en los
No,
Mets.
pero digo, ¿con qué otro pitch, con qué otro jugador te gustaría jugar en las grandes ligas con los New York Mets?
Con los mejores.
¿No tienes
ellos,
un nombre
ellos
específico?
No, siempre que estén los mejores y yo quiero estar en ese grupo.
He wants to play with the best. He always wants to play with the best. He doesn't have a name in mind, but he always wants the best so he can be the best.
Of course. Everybody is one big unit. I'm sure everybody likes that. Another question from Mets Hype. What's the biggest thing you've learned so far with being in this organization?
Otra pregunta es, ¿qué es algo que has aprendido? ¿Qué es lo que más grande has aprendido estando en esta organización?
Cada día aprendo a ser el mejor lanzador. Creo que esa es una de las cosas que más he aprendido aquí, que me ha enseñado la carrera.
Every day I learn to be a better pitcher, and that's something that it has taught me while being here.
which pitch do you think you throw the best?
¿Qué pitch es el que has lanzado mejor?
mi mejor picheo siempre fue el breaking ball, la curva. Y con eso me he mantenido mucho en esta carrera.
The best one was the curve, and that's the one that has made him stay in this, in the game.
Yeah.
And he has how many strikeouts exactly?
He had 112 this past season.
112 strikeouts. That's impressive. Very.
Here in the chat, they're asking, what do you plan on coming up to the big leagues? So, están preguntando que cuando piensas subir a las grandes ligas.
Cuando me sienta completamente preparado y me den la oportunidad.
When I feel completely prepared and when they give me the opportunity.
Gotcha. And Maria Isabel, if you see any questions in the chat, please feel free to ask them because I can't see the chat really because I'm looking at the camera. So if you see things come across, feel free to ask as well. I'm waiting for them to ask the questions over here so I can ask as well.
Okay. So, I can ask a question. I can ask, like, how do you feel as a Latino being playing here in the New York Mets? Entonces, mi pregunta es, ¿cómo te sientes siendo latino jugando para los New York Mets?
Bueno, una buena pregunta porque no es una pregunta que siempre que es común. Es bien porque siento que estoy representando a mi país. Hay una lista larga de todos los venezolanos que han debutado en Grandes Ligas y yo quisiera estar en esa lista porque siempre está reconocido.
It's a great question because it's not something common, but I feel good. I'm representing my country in Venezuela, and there is a long list of all the Venezuelans that have played in the big leagues, and I want to be a part of that list.
Yeah, one of them just recently retired, Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah.
Big 3,000 hits, 500 home runs. Guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famer.
I thought he would be a lock for when we said who was your favorite player.
Yeah.
I thought Miguel Cabrera would be it.
Escobar's from Venezuela.
Yeah.
Escobar, yeah.
Escobar.
Okay, we have another friend of ours from here at Amazing Met Zone. He's part of the team here. He wants to tap in and join and ask a question or two. So we're going to invite him in. He goes by Drew Minotti, 82. So we're going to get him in as soon as possible, and he wants to ask a couple questions. So you can just let him know that. There's another question.
Do you think you'll get a chance to take the mound in 2024?
Hey.
Another question was, do you think you'll have a chance to take the mound at Citi Field in 2024?
¿Crees que vas a tener un chance de estar en las grandes ligas en el 2024?
Eso es una decisión que no puedo controlar, yo, eso lo deciden los que saben. Pero si me dan la oportunidad no la voy a desaprovechar y voy a hacer lo mejor para yo mantenerme ahí.
That's a decision that I don't decide, just the people who know will decide. But if they give me the opportunity, I'm ready to take it.
Of course. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Drew, you want to ask him anything?
Hey, what's going on, Douglas? How's it going? Drew Minotti over here. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, yeah, good.
I know you're from Venezuela, and one of our favorite players, Francisco Alvarez, is from Venezuela as well. Have you ever worked with him at all, or have you guys in communication at all?
Yo sé que tú eres de Venezuela y uno de nuestros jugadores favoritos, Francisco Álvarez, es de Venezuela. Y la pregunta es, ¿has jugado con él? ¿Has podido trabajar con él?
No hemos jugado en el mismo equipo, pero sí he podido entrenar con él, o sea, en el mismo gimnasio. Hemos hablado, le pido consejos. Siempre, cada vez que lo veo, nos saludamos, pero todo bien.
I haven't been able to play with him, but we're being able to train, to be in the same gym. Every time we see each other, we say hi. I have asked him for advice, and so we're always in continued communication.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him what's the best advice he has given him. So, mi pregunta sería, ¿cuál es el mejor consejo que Álvarez te ha dado?
Que siempre trabajé por un motivo,
¿Qué-
con un motivo.
¿Por un motivo?
Sí.
Y-
No trabajar porque te toca trabajar.
The best advice that he has given him is always work with a motivation. Don't just work for work. Work with a motivation.
Yeah.
All right,
Good.
we
Yeah.
have another question in the chat. It says, "Do you have any close friends on the Mets? Are you close with any of the baby Mets that have come up in the past 2 years?"
La otra pregunta es que si tienes algún amigos cercanos con los Mets, que si eres cercano con alguno de los bebés de los Mets que han llegado en los últimos 2 años.
No, creo que todo mi grupo de amigos más cercanos siempre nos mantenemos en la misma categoría. Sí conozco amigos que no son tan cercanos, que sí han llegado, pero no, ¿cómo decir? Que no son de mi grupo.
No. Basically, all my close friends are the ones that I already have, but I haven't gotten closer to the other ones, the ones that have recently entered the team.
I'm sure, when spring training comes around in a couple months, I'm sure you'll get to meet a bunch of new players. So if you're going to be part of the major league camp as well, you'll get to meet major leaguers.
Yeah. We have another question from Fosgate. He's asked, have you gotten to play with Lorenzo Cedroya yet? He's our center field in Syracuse, and he's from Venezuela.
Preguntan en el chat que si has tenido la oportunidad de jugar con Lorenzo Cedrola, que es el mediocampista de Syracuse y que él también es de Venezuela.
Sí, tampoco he podido jugar porque son jugadores que ya han tenido más años que yo en la organización, pero me lo he encontrado en el clubhouse y es una persona que siempre busca la manera de hacer reír a la gente.
Wait, ¿puedes repetir eso otra vez?
Sí. No he jugado con él porque, como dije, son un grupo de jugadores que tienen más tiempo en la organización que yo. Pero cada vez que me lo encuentro en el clubhouse, siento que él como que busca la manera de hacer reír a todo el mundo.
I haven't been able to play with him because these are players that have been there for the longest. But every time I see him in the clubhouse, I see that he's always trying to be friends with everybody and make everybody laugh.
Yeah.
Wait, they're laughing because I translate city. That's what you say, center field, right? I translated
Yes.
mediocampista.
Yeah, you got it. I have one question, right? So now he's 21 years old, correct? Tiene 21
21,
años, ¿verdad?
yeah.
21.
Yeah, 21 años.
Yeah.
When cuando tenía 10 años, all right, when you were 10 years old, did you see yourself playing for the Mets or baseball at 21?
Cuando tenías 10 años, soñaste, te imaginaste que ibas a estar jugando para los New York Mets a los 21 años.
Soñaba que iba a estar en la franquicia, pero no soñaba con qué equipo. Solamente quería que un equipo me diera la oportunidad de poder estar con ellos.
I always dreamt of being with the MLB. I never thought what team. I just wanted one team to, sign me up.
Gotcha. Now, was baseball the only sport he played, or he played other sports?
¿Fue béisbol el único deporte que jugaste o tuviste otros deportes que practicaste?
De pequeño siempre jugué béisbol, me recuerdo una vez que le dije a mi papá teniendo como 7 años, le dije que quería jugar fútbol y me dijo que no, que yo estaba loco.
He always played baseball. He remembers that at 7 years old, he told his dad that he wanted to play soccer, but his dad told him, "You're crazy. You're playing baseball."
There you go. It paid off. Listen to your father. You hear that, kids? Listen to your dad. All right.
Thank you.
He
Wait,
said
I
he
have
had
a
another
question.
question.
I have a question. Are
Yeah.
you a soccer fan? ¿Eres fanático del fútbol o no? ¿Lo ves?
No, sino que estaba muy pequeño y no sabía lo que yo quería con mi vida y veía a los chamitos jugar, a los chicos jugando fútbol y me provocó un día jugar fútbol.
I asked him if he's a soccer fan, and he say no. He just didn't know what to do with his life at 7 years old. So he saw his friends playing soccer, and he was like, "Okay, I want to play soccer too." But I want to know if he's a soccer fan now. Pero yo quiero saber si tú eres un fanático del fútbol ahorita o
No,
no lo sigues
no,
nada.
no lo
Okay,
sigo.
he's not a soccer fan at all. It's okay if you're a soccer fan. Está bien que seas un fanático del fútbol.
All 14 of them that way, right? But
We have another question. Was how fast do you throw? What's your fast pitch?
Otra
That-
I
pregunta.
understand, I understand.
Ok, dale.
Bueno, eso fue algo que me estuvo pensativo este año porque el año pasado yo estuve por los alrededores de 97 millas.
That's something I was thinking about because last year around this time I was 97 per mile.
Este año estuve revisando especialmente de mi delivery, mi ajuste, porque no, como que dicen, no las logré alcanzar este año.
97 at
97
21?
at 21.
At
God
21
bless.
years old?
Wait,
God bless.
so pero estás diciendo que este año no pudiste lanzar a 97?
No, exacto, no las pude, pero sí o sea, la lancé, no fui constante como el año pasado.
Okay, so he's saying last year he was able to hit it like 97 per mile, but this year he wasn't consistent with that throw, so he's working on that.
Okay, so his fastest thrown is 97. This year he's working on staying consistent with the 97. Juvenati 82. If you see any questions in the chat, bro,
I got
ask them too.
I got one. Would you say that you had 97 last year and it was a little more inconsistent this year? Understandable. Our bodies change over time. What adjustments do you make on the fly or like as you're pitching to bring back that velocity, or what do you do to try to get back to that?
Es totalmente entendible que este año no pudiste ser constante con tu 97, pero ¿qué ajustes estás haciendo para poder ser constante con ese tiro?
Creo que fue un ajuste de mi delivery, de mi mecánica, que fue que no me hizo sentirme como lo posiblemente bien y moverme bien para poder tocar las 97. Creo que el año que viene podré estar ahí y más duro.
He feels it was the mechanics and the delivery and how his body was feeling this year that he wasn't able to, pitch at 97, but he believes next year he's gonna come back faster and better.
That's right. He had a great year last year. He's going to keep continuing to do great.
Yeah. Got a great question from Jazz Cart 2. She asked, what was the process of coming up to get to where you are today? And did like the Mets scouts come like find you in your high school or something like that?
Quieren saber cómo fue el proceso para tú llegar a los New York Mets, que si fueron a tu escuela y te miraron y ahí fue que te escogieron, o cómo fue el proceso.
Algo similar, en Venezuela no se maneja por draft ni por escuela, es por academia. Okay.
In Venezuela, it's a little different. It's not by school or drafts or anything. It's by academies or something besides school.
Las academias forman se dice tryout, una especie de prueba con varios jugadores de la academia, como decirte los mejores, y ahí es donde ellos te pueden elegir, y así fue como me eligieron.
So the academies choose the best players, so the scouts can come and see those best players, and that's how they chose them.
Very
cool.
There There was a good question here. Besides being energy fall.
Drew, you got anything you want to ask him about?
Yeah, I mean, who's your favorite player from Venezuela? I mean, we've been talking about, Justin Verlander was your favorite player, but who's your favorite player from Venezuela of all time? Don't say
Good
Altuve,
question.
or don't say Acuna.
Prefería más a José Altuve. I prefer
You got it?
José Altuve.
Jose,
Yeah. I
Yeah,
prefer
Altuve.
José Altuve than José
Jose
Acuña.
I
Altuve.
had a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Venezuelan.
Yeah. And what about Luis Angel Acuna? Are they friends at all?
He said Randy
No
Johnson.
lo conozco. Puedes traducir, por favor, si no lo sé decir inglés.
Oh.
No lo conozco, pero siento que es un buen jugador y que pronto llegará a las grandes ligas.
I don't know him personally, but I see that he's a really good player, and I believe he's gonna get to the big leagues very soon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Yeah. Let's see.
There is one question. I mean, there is one question someone is asking, like how hard was for him to get signed by the Mets, but also, and to give an advice to the kids that are trying to get signed.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so están preguntando que qué tan difícil fue que los Mets te escogieran. Ya hablaste un poquito de eso, pero también qué consejo le darías a los niños que quieren que un equipo así como los Mets los escojan.
Creo que soy un buen ejemplo porque firmé 3 años después de mi firma. Me hace sentir bien porque muchas personas no pueden lograr su firma en su año. Si quieres traducir
¿Cómo así firma?
por la firma con los Mets.
Pero como así 3 años.
Porque en Venezuela tú tienes que firmar antes de los 16 años. Si
Okay.
si tú no firmas antes de los 16, después de los 16 se hace muy difícil.
So tú firmaste antes de los 16.
No, después de los 16, a los 19 años.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so he's saying that he believes he's a really good example because in Venezuela, you have to sign before you're 16.
Wow.
But he wasn't signed until he was 19, 3 years later. After 16 is very hard to get signed. So he's going to tell us how that happened. Okay, sigue.
Siento que es muy difícil para, por ejemplo, las personas como lo fui yo, que siente que no puedes, pues, que llega un momento que te rindes porque tantas veces que vas a luchar por tu sueño y no te dicen nada. Siento que seguir entrenando, no desvanecer, entrenar por un motivo, no entrenar porque hoy es un día más.
So he's saying that he's a good example because, well, he got signed 3 years later, but the advice he's given is don't give up and keep practicing, keep training because look at him, 3 years after he sometimes you just want to give up because you keep going to training, they keep coming and seeing and they don't sign you up, but he kept training, he didn't give up, and that's why he is where he is right now.
I think that's beautiful. Yeah. I think he signed at 16.
From Venezuela, right?
That's very impressive that you have to sign by 16.
That's why he was crying in that one thing because from when he was 15, he was a Met. You know what I mean?
Incredible.
Yeah.
So, ellos están diciendo que es increíble, o sea, es asombroso que en Venezuela tengan que firmar antes de los 16,
Sí.
porque pues es muy duro, pero bueno, que menos mal lo lograste y con razón.
Sí, es muy difícil.
¿Cuándo te firmaron?
Claro, es muy difícil conseguir tu firma a los 16 años porque aún eres un niño, no sabes, no tienes esa madurez que necesitas para poder jugar este deporte, entonces se hace difícil porque la gente piensa que es fácil, pero nada es fácil en la vida.
He's saying it's very hard to get signed by 16 because you are a kid. You're still a kid. Some people say it's easy, but it's not. Nothing in life is easy. Nothing worth it in life is easy. Nada que valga la pena en la vida es fácil.
Yeah, that's That's a huge understatement. I got one last question before we got to get out of here. When you make it to the big leagues, what's the song that you want playing in the speakers when you come onto the mound for the first time?
¿Cuál va a ser
Good
tu
question.
canción cuando salgas del túnel de los Near Mets?
Siempre he puesto una música a la hora de pichar y es una de Tego Calderón con Don Omar.
I always have a song that it's from Don Omar y Diego
Wow.
Calderón. What's the name?
Bandolero.
Oh,
Ah,
Bandolero.
Yeah, there you go.
I think some players put that one already, right?
Yeah,
yeah. But that song is good.
usually.
Mr. Bob.
That's dope.
All right, that's 10 o'clock, boys.
Okay. Bueno, Douglas, ya son las 10. 15 se convirtió en una hora.
Un poco.
All right. Hey, listen. I just want to say thank you to the both of you, Maria Isabel, for helping us this evening. I want to thank you guys. Listen, man, from the bottom of our hearts here at Amazing Met Zone, we appreciate the both of you, and we would love to have you guys back on again. When the season starts, we would love to have you to come back and do another interview. And Maria Isabel, if you don't mind, whenever we have to conduct interviews like this, we'd love for you to come and join us as well and help us translate. You guys did a phenomenal job this evening, and we're very thankful for the both of you. And we hope to see you soon at City Field.
Yeah,
All right.
okay. Muchas gracias, Douglas, por permitirnos y por este tiempo. Y bueno, que esperamos que vuelvas a este en vivo
No,
y te veremos muy pronto en City Field.
no, que muchas gracias, muchas gracias. Thank you to you guys, thank you. Appreciate que cuando sea la segunda vez yo esté en la Grandes Ligas.
He hopes the next time when he gets interviewed by us, he is in the big leagues.
That's right.
I want to wish
Thank you.
a good and successful and healthy 2024 season.
Te
I
deseamos
will.
lo mejor, la mejor de la temporada 2022. Salud, éxitos y vamos para adelante.
Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias a ti.
Go Mets.
Very much.
Let's go, guys. Okay. So.
All right, we love it here, of course.
Love it here.
Shout out Vintage Mets.
Shout out Vintage Mets.
We love it.
Guys, thank you again so much. Thank you for tuning in this evening. Our normal time is Wednesday at 9. But when we need Maria Isabel to help us, we'll be on either Tuesdays or Thursdays, whichever days work best for her. But you can catch us on our normal time, also Wednesday at 9 p.m. And that's it. Thank you for joining Friends of Flushing. This is Amazing Met Zone.
Thank you, guys.
We appreciate you guys.
Be here next week.
Next week is next Wednesday,
crazy.
9 p.m.
Yup, shout out Drew Minotti82.
Yes.
Shout out Phil from
Phil
Shirley. Mets hype.
The whole Amazing Met Zone staff and crew. We appreciate you all. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. You could have been anywhere on this evening, but you were here with us, and we're thankful. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.